Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about naming ions. Ionic compounds are compounds that consist of cations, which are positive, and anions, which are negative, and they are held by those positive and negative attractions, also called electrostatic attractions. Usually a metal and a nonmetal. They are made of monoatomic ions, polyatomic ions, or both. Monoatomic ions consist of a single atom. Polyatomic ions consist of more than one atom. So when we're looking at a periodic table, you'll notice that the metals are over here on the right-hand side. They form positive cations. And over here on the left, these nonmetals are going to form the negative anions. And then they're going to pair together. Write these on the top of your periodic table. The different charges, group 1A is going to form positive 1 charge. Group 2A is going to form positive 2 charges. Group 3A is going to form positive 3 charges. 4A can either be positive 4 or negative 4. And we'll talk about how to know the difference. 5A, then we flip. We go to the negative side. So 5A is negative 3. 6A is negative 2, 7A is negative 1 charge, and 8A is 0. The reason they form the charges that they do has to do with the number of valence electrons that they have and how easy it is to either lose or gain electrons to have that full outer configuration. Naming monoatomic cations. Metal atoms on the left of the periodic table lose valence electrons to form positively charged ions called cations. Groups 1A to 3A form only one type of each ion. Group 1A is going to form a positive 1 ion. An example is lithium plus 1. Group 2A is going to form positive 2 ions. Example, Mg plus 2. Group 3A is going to form positive 3 ions. Example, aluminum plus 3. When we name these ions that have formed positive charges, cations, you simply name them the element's name and then the word ion. So when sodium forms an ion, it's going to be named sodium ion. When strontium forms an ion, it's going to be named strontium ion. Aluminum is going to form a positive ion. It's going to be named aluminum ion. So then we have the anions that are going to form. Nonmetals, so on the right side of the periodic table, gain valence electrons to form negatively charged ions called anions. Group 4A is going to form negative 4. Group 5A is going to form negative 3 ions. The example is N nitrogen negative 3. Group 6A is going to form negative 2 ions, so oxygen negative 2. Group 7A is going to form negative 1 ions, like F fluorine to the negative 1. Group 8A will not form any ions. When we name these negative ions, they are named differently. So the anions, the negative ion, is going to have the stem name and then the word "ide" at the end, and then add ion. So when we look at oxygen and it forms an anion, we are going to delete the end, and it's going to be called oxide ion. The next example is nitrogen. We're going to delete the N, and it's going to be called nitride ion. And our final example is phosphorus. We're going to delete the N, and it's going to be called phosphide ion. That is all for today. Oh no. So we have examples of mixed ones. You need to tell what they're going to do. Are they going to be positive or negative? And then you need to name them. So for lithium, we see it is on the left of the periodic table. It's in that first chart. So it's going to be +1. So it's going to be named lithium ion. Selenium is in the right of the chart. So it's in group 6A. So it's going to be +2. I'm sorry, -2. And it's going to be called selenide ion. We have barium. Barium is on the left of the periodic table in the second row, group 2A, so it's going to be +2. Its name is going to be barium ion. Potassium is on the left as well. It's going to be +1, so it's going to be potassium ion. Go ahead and stop the video. Make sure you can understand how to do the next 4. I'm still going to go through the answers. So if you need to, stop and check yourself. Make sure you can do these. Sulfur is in group 6A. So charge is going to be -2. If it's negative, we change the end. Sulfide ion. Chlorine is in group 7A, so we change the end. Group 7A is going to form the charge of -1, change the N, chloride ion. Rubidium is in group 1A, so its charge is going to be +1. So it is going to be called rubidium ion. Carbon is in group 4A, so its charge is going to be -4. And we're going to call that carbide ion. That's all for today. Go ahead and fill out your notes. Make sure you turn them in. Have a wonderful day. Stay awesome.